see, the edges is one thing that is very, very difficult for us to get back the moment we lose it. Does not mean that it cannot be restored. It can be restored, but it takes a lot of work to restore it back. So why would you even want to lose it in the first place? Why would you want to tamper with it? Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me once again in today's video. If you're new here, I am Maggie and I create content around hair growth, hair care tips and everything that you need to know about your hair. So if you get to see more content like this one, please join the family by clicking the subscription button. Yep, thank you very much. Today we're going to be talking about damaging hairstyles that are damaging to your hair. And this is actually in response to a video that I posted earlier where I was talking about adopting natural mini braids as your go-to hairstyle because it has actually helped me to grow my hair over the years. Someone actually asked me and she was like, does it mean that natural mini braids is the only protective hairstyle to grow my hair? Natural mini braids is not the only protective hairstyle to grow your hair, but then there are hairstyles that you should avoid if you are interested in having a healthy hair and if you are interested in retaining your length. Avoiding doesn't mean that you don't have to actually rock them. You can rock it once in a while, but make sure that you are conscious of how often you install them. Without further ado, let's get into the matter of the day. The first hairstyle you should avoid is micro braids. Yes, micro braids. You should avoid these styles. They are always tight, like they always come in very tight. You might deny it if you want, but that is the truth. The reason is because when you make these styles, it actually produces a lot of tension around your hairline, that is your edges, and you don't actually know the effect. You won't actually know the effect of this until the day you're taking down your hairstyle. That is when you get to figure out that your edges are gone. So I meet a lot of people, classmates, on the road, on the street, a lot of friends of mine, and they will always ask me, Maggie, my edges are gone. What do I do? How do I get back my edges? You see, the edges is one thing that is very, very difficult for us to get back the moment we lose it. Does not mean that it cannot be restored. It can be restored, but it takes a lot of work to restore it back. So why would you even want to lose it in the first place? Why would you want to tamper with it? The reason is because the hair that grows around that part is very soft. It's called baby hair. It doesn't take much effort to pull it out. So when you go in to install this micro braids of a thing and then you carry it for a long time, you just cut off a section, a very tiny section, and you're putting in this lot of extensions which actually weighs it down. Like it's very heavy for the edges to carry. So when it pulls on the edges break off. That is just to tell you that the edges doesn't even have that much strength. Just ordinarily using water to wash your hair, you can see how the edges comes down. Like it doesn't take much effort to lay it down with just water. Now imagine with a lot of extensions. That weight is not for your edges. So you should avoid micro braids because they tamper with your edges, especially on the day that you have to take it down. You get right. Thank you. Another damaging hairstyle that you should avoid in your hair is fine cornrows. Yeah, especially when they are done with extensions. You should avoid fine cornrows with extensions because it tampers with your edges. It's more like picking out a little hair and then you are fitting in this extensions and you keep fitting in these extensions to it, and with time it starts to stress your edges. Like I'm sorry that I am actually hitting more on the edges because the edges is the softest part of our hair, and most times when we do damaging hairstyles and our hair gets damaged, it always starts from the edges. Like the edges will tell you that, oh, this hair is not good, it's not sitting well, something is going to happen after this. Like the edges is like that part of the hair that always warns you of like, don't do this or you have done something wrong somewhere. The only disadvantage is that the edges is very difficult to grow back. Like with the pain, the pain, the pressure that it brings to your edges. Like, why? Like, sometimes I don't even understand why we go through all this pain just so we can damage our hair. It's not actually good for us to be putting that much tension in our edges, and this is one of the hairstyle once again that causes a lot of tension to the edges. So you should avoid these styles. Thank you. One of the styles that you should also avoid if you care about your hair and you want it to be healthy, you want to be able to retain your length, is tiny buzz braids. Yes, we know the more tiny the hair is, the more longer it gets to last. The more tiny the hair is, also the more tight it is. Yes, avoid tiny buzz braids because they are not good for you. You get to pick up maybe you get to pick up a very few strands of your hair and you attach a lot of extension to it. So why will you not stretch your hair? The most annoying part of it is on the day of taking it down, and you get to see that the part where the buzz braid is joined to your hair, that is the new growth that has grown out over the weeks or over the days or the weeks that you have left the hair in your hair. There's this dirty that is attached to that place. There's this dirty that is just stuck to that place. And the moment you are not being careful, which is actually in most cases, most of us are not being careful, there's this dirt that is there that if not properly taken care of, it can cause a lot of breakage, starting from where the hair is joining to the new growth, and that is massive breakage. Some people come to me and they're like, oh Maggie, my hair used to be very long, my hair used to be very full, I used to have this very fine hair. It's just this hairstyle that I did, and after I take this hairstyle down, I don't understand my hair anymore. That is it. These are the hairstyles that if you're not conscious of how often you install them, it's going to cause a lot of problem for your hair. So these are the hairstyles that you should avoid. Another hairstyle that you should avoid is long braids. Like, you know, that braids that is like passport length, that is almost sweeping the floor. Like, why? Sometimes I see those styles and I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's the point of going to the market, spending all that money on expression attachment or any other attachment out there, and then sitting down for a very long time to get this style done, and at the end of the day you can't even sleep for like 2 days just because of the pain? And to put icing on your cake, your hair still gets to cut. What is the point? Like, what is the point? What is the essence? So if you know you are on a healthy hair care journey and you are interested in retaining your length, this one is not the way. I know some people will be like, oh, I love long hair, I love this hair, I love the way I love the length, I love the way it's touching my butt, the way it's below my butt, blah 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 blah. My sister, you're not helping yourself, because our hair does not have the strength. Now it's not just the edges. The whole of the hair does not have the strength to withstand that pressure. The truth of the matter is you can't even stand well. You can't even put your neck straight without this thing weighing you down. Like, it's very heavy. Now imagine how your natural hair will react to this weight, because the hair is not actually that strong. There's no hair that is as strong as iron that can withstand such a pressure. Avoid these styles because you are putting so much extension on your hair that does not even have that strength to carry on this weight. Avoid this style because the moment you take them down, you are going to lose a lot of your hair. It might not be instantly, but just know that your hair has been weakened, and it's just a matter of time they begin to pull off. So these are the hairstyles that you should avoid. There are actually so many of them, but just look into these 4 hairstyles in case you are a extension freak. You always want to change your look, you want to spice this up. You can actually wear these styles in form of wigs, and nobody will even know you are putting on wigs. On top of that, you get to save money. Yes, the economy woman, yeah, I'm the one. You get to save money because if you are to take them on as natural braids, like naturally attached to your natural hair, on the day of on the day of taking them down, you're going to throw the attachment away. So what is the point of wasting that money? And at the same time, you get to break your hair and damage your hair. Why not save the money and get them in form of braids instead, so that you can rock it at your comfort zone? Because sometimes you make this hair and you don't want to take them down, even when you are not longer comfortable with them. When you think of the money you spent on it, you are like, no, I can't take this hair down just a week. I have to go about a month. So just avoid these hairstyles. And if you have to install them, make sure you are not doing it often. Be conscious of it, please. And if you have to install them again, like you feel like you want to rock these styles, you can get them in form of braids. Thank you for being with me to the end of the video. If you've watched this video to this point, don't forget to click the subscription button to join the family. Stay safe, take care of your hair, cherish your crown, and bye-bye.